it's Julie Davison from juliedavison.com. Welcome to 12 Days of Christmas, Day 6. Oh my goodness, I'm running a little bit late today because I was just so busy playing with the projects today that I lost track of time. So today I'm featuring the number 6 gift from the 12 Days of Christmas gift box that I did. A few people that participated in that. So if you have not opened your day 6 gift, don't watch the video yet. This gift that I gave for number 6 was the new water painters. And this was actually something that I didn't have before. So that's why I was so busy playing with them today, because this was my first time playing with them. We previously had aqua painters, which are very similar. They are paintbrushes that have a water reservoir. And these are the new water painters, which are very similar, except there is a third brush that has a really nice wide brush tip. Now, I'm going to just admit it right up front. I'm not an expert. I don't love coloring. So if you love to watercolor, I might make you cringe in this video because I am definitely a beginner when it comes to that. But I love that the water painters make it really easy to feel like an artist. So I'm going to show you a couple different ways that I have used it and have been playing around with it. And I would love to hear how you guys use the water painters. Here's a quick tip I just thought of. The one thing I do use my painters for every year is sealing envelopes. So you can use your water painter and seal your envelope so that you don't have to lick it. So that always saves me. And especially with everything that's going on right now, I like to seal my cards with that, especially at Christmas time when I'm doing a bunch of cards for friends and family, which is on the agenda to work on today. Okay, so the water painters, like I said, you unscrew the top and then you can just fill that in with water. Sometimes if I'm doing a watercolor background and I'm doing lots of cards, I like to just put re-inker in there too. And then I don't have to pick up the ink another way. It's already right there. So these actually screw the opposite way. I guess that's just to keep them nice and tight. And then you can see it has the word push here. So you're just going to push on that to release the water into the brush. And so then you have a paintbrush with a built-in water water can, right? You don't have to dip into your water cup. You've got it all already built in there. Okay, so one of the first things that I love about this new brush is that you can create these really cool backgrounds. And so that is going to be the first thing I'm going to show you. I'm using our new watercolor paper. This is the Fluid 100 watercolor paper from Stampin'. It's 100% cotton and it takes the water really, really super well. It's archival watercolor paper made with a combination of traditional paper making techniques and modern technology. This results in a natural white paper color with a subtle texture that shares qualities of expensive mold-made papers. So the first time that I've used the fluid watercolor paper as well. So I actually got out the Whisper White and it does work. It's just not made to take the water as well. So like it'll buckle, and I think the watercolor paper like dries really nicely and it has nice vivid color. So if you're serious about watercolor, you definitely should take a look at this watercolor paper. It's in the online Stampin' Up store at juliedavison.com/shop, item number 149612. While I'm sharing item numbers, these water painters come in the package of 3, and that item number is 151298. I don't remember the price on the water painters. They each have a lid. They're just off right now. So the first thing I'm going to do is this yellow watercolor background, and I'm using Daffodil Delight, and I like to just squeeze the ink pad lid to pull some ink right there in the lid, and then I can just pick up the water with the paintbrush right from the lid. Alternatively, you could use like a clear block to put some re-inkers on and pick up the ink from there to create your palette, or markers, water-based markers to like to scribble on the block, and then you can pick it up with the aqua painter. So I have squeezed out some water. I've got this kind of nicely watered down, and then I'm just going to brush back and forth with this. I just love this really cool technique. You got different different strengths of color. I just squeezed out a little bit more water to kind of water down a dark spot. Every time you do this, you're going to get a different result. So it's so fun. Definitely makes me feel like an artist. So you can create an umber. You could go darker at the top and lighter at the bottom. So squeeze a little more ink. And you can just keep going over it until you get the effect that you want. So I'm going to add a little more really dark at the top, and then just kind of let it get lighter at the bottom. Okay, so really fun background. So I did this ahead of time. I used the Snowflake Wishes stamp set, and can you see I embossed the snowflakes, a couple of them, in white. And so I wanted to show you this emboss resist technique. First I'm gonna just squeeze out the water to get rid of any color from my brush. I'm just using a paper towel there. And so I'm gonna switch into a blue. Let's see, how about that might be pretty. Let's do Bermuda Bay. Say hi when you guys jump on. Are you crafting today? Are you decorating for Christmas? What's keeping you busy today? We're just kind of doing, I don't know, whatever. Catch up for me, work catch up. The kids are playing. Jim's working on some Christmas lights. Look at that. Oh my gosh, this is so fun. So the watercolor is resisting the embossed image. This is called Emboss Resist. Oh my goodness. I'm loving this. I need a little more ink here. Susan, you're making Christmas cards. We usually do photo cards for our friends and family. And so we've got those all printed, and we're going to try to work on those later today. And then, oh, that was too dark. Too dark, Julie. No, I should have put some more water in there. That is the beautiful thing about watercolor, though, is you just can like add more water to the paper and kind of wash it right out. I went all the way to the edge when I embossed these images, and I kind of wished I had kept them more in the middle because I didn't want to go edge to edge with the watercolor. I'm trying to spread that color now. Isn't that pretty? Oh my gosh, I really love it. Okay, so that is a great brush for the watercolor wash, whether you're doing emboss resist or just doing a plain watercolor background. And then the other brushes are great for coloring. And again, like, I don't love to color, but I love the look of watercolor. So I did one earlier. I did this on the watercolor paper. And so it took the color really nicely. I love the little shading, but I really had a hard time like going outside the lines, and I cut it out. So this time I embossed it with black embossing powder. I really also wanted to keep those nice stark lines in there too. So I used the embossing ahead of time and embossed that. So I'm going to color this one with Calypso Coral and Old Olive. And there are two size brushes. So we've got the really nice big flat one, and then we have a big tip and a smaller tip. So this is great for larger images. So I'm going to use this one for the flowers. And then I'll go and use the other brush that's smaller for the leaves. Oh my gosh, so pretty. So just like with the Stampin' blends, you can go back and add color over the other color and add like some shading. And if it's too dark, you can add some water and lighten it up. It's so hard to color on the video. But I just love this look, like the watercolor look. It's very different from the I feel like very stark lines of the Stampin' blends. And you've got these built-in places to add shading and shallow. I think I need to let that dry a little bit and then come back and add So like I said, definitely not an expert here, but I enjoy playing. And I enjoy feeling like an artist with these water painters. So if you have, I think this would make a really great gift for Christmas. A budding artist in your home, get a set of water painters. It's not a specifically stamping, you know, rubber stamping kind of a tool. I think that any budding artist would enjoy the aqua painters as they're learning to paint and learning to create. I'll go and do the color with the, oh my gosh, my ink pad's all messy. I squeezed all that ink and then I ran too much water in there and I think it just ran down the lid. Okay, well, I don't know that you guys want to watch me color the whole thing. Oh, that's such a pretty color. I definitely like, here you can compare. This is I'm doing the embossed image right now. And so you can see the difference it makes. It really pops those lines and keeps that that image intact. That's a whole nother technique I haven't tried yet, is what is it called? Lineless watercoloring, where you stamp the image in a very light ink like Sahara sand, and then you watercolor over it. And so as you're watercoloring, you're sort of blending away the lines of the stamped image. So then you are left with just the watercolor image without the lines. And that works best when you're really patient and layer your colors really nicely. I haven't tried that because I don't think I'm patient enough. I just want to be quick and get it done. But this is definitely more of a technique to take your time with and enjoy. Trying to add color in, you know, specifically in the lines and the way the lines are going, so that it looks a little more natural. Can't forget about these little guys. The thing with watercoloring is you definitely need to wait for it to dry completely before you finish your card. So I don't have a finished card to show you, but I will post it later this afternoon when I get it all finished up. So be sure to check back on Facebook to see the finished card. I didn't tell you, this is stamp set that I'm using is So Much Love from the annual catalog. And then the snowflakes are the Snowflake Wishes stamp set. I don't know if you guys saw my post last night, but Stampin' Up! Is having a big year-end closeout sale that starts on Tuesday. And so there's a lot of stuff on sale from the August to December mini catalog. So make sure to check out that list. Let me show you. Oh, I gave it away. I was going to say I had it printed out, but then I gave the printout to somebody who stopped by. So I don't have it printed out, but make sure to check out that list. And shopping, all the deals start on Tuesday. So make out your list now and then get ready to shop at juliedavison.com/shop. Check back later for my finished project. Shared some techniques today using the aqua painters. And again, leave me a comment. I would love to know how you use the water painters. If you have any tips for me, since I'm still learning and still new, I would love to hear from you. So thanks so much for tuning in today. Be sure to come back tomorrow, 12:30 p.m. Central Time. It'll be day 7 of 12 Days of Christmas, and I will be showing a new project. I don't remember what's next on the list. I have to take a look. So come back tomorrow to find out. It'll be a surprise for both of us. And tune in this afternoon. At some point, I'm going to jump on at a surprise time and do my alternative projects for paper pumpkins. So I've got my Jolly Gingerbread projects to share with you. I've been working on them over the last week, a little bit here and there, and there are some fun things to do with that kit. So thanks for tuning in. Catch you next time.